Okay, so again, good morning class. So we will be discussing Philippine Accounting Standards 38 for Intangible Assets. So again, our reference textbook is that of Valex et al. 2020. So in this session, we'll be discussing what is meant by intangible asset, what are the requirements for the recognition of an intangible asset, its initial and subsequent measurement, understand the research and development, and identifying the activities, R&D activities, and the proper treatment of these costs. Okay, so what are identifiable, intangible assets? So intangible assets are identifiable, non-monetary assets without physical substance. Okay, so again, PAS 38 is actually specifically prescribing procedures regarding identifiable intangible assets. Okay? So, pag sinabi nating identifiable, okay, it is capable of being separated. So, it is separable, no? So, ibig sabihin, pwede siyang individually, no, matreat. Okay? And it arises from contractual or legal rights. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, transferable, no? Yung rights, no? And obligations. Okay? So, aside from being identifiable, it is an asset. So, therefore, that asset are the resources controlled by the entity from past events, no? With future economic benefits expected. Okay? So, they are identifiable, they're assets. We have, it is within the entity's control and may future economic benefits. Okay? Okay, so how do we recognize intangible asset? Okay, so again, dalawang condition, no? If it is probable that the future economic benefits will flow to the entity, and when the cost of the intangible asset can be measured reliably. Okay? So for if the asset is separately acquired, no, separate acquisition, initially recorded at cost. Okay? So initially recorded at cost. So ano yung cost? So it is in the form of cash or other monetary asset, and it will be composed, no? Yung cost na ito is composed with the purchase price, the import duties, non-refundable purchase tax, at saka yung mga directly attributable cost, no? Like yung naiintindihan na natin last time, no? Ano itong mga directly attributable cost. So, it's the same concept, no? Yung cost of employee benefit arising directly from bringing the asset to its working condition, professional fee arising directly from bringing the asset to its working condition, and cost of testing. Okay. So, ito sila, pag yun na mga cost na intindihan natin, pag directly attributable, capitalizable. Okay. How about for internally generated intangible asset? Okay? So, yung internally generated intangible asset, yung i-capitalize natin are all directly attributable costs necessary to create, produce, and prepare the asset to be capable of operating it. No? So, ano yung mga example, no? Yung cost of materials and services used in generating the intangible asset. Okay? The cost of employee benefit arising from the generation of intangible asset, yung fee, no, to register, legal right, so yung processing fees, okay, application fees, and amortization of patent used to generate, no, the intangible asset. Okay, so, itong mga internally generated na intangible assets will be capitalized, no? So, example, kung gagawa talaga si business ng patent, copyright, trademark, okay? So, mga ganon. Okay. So, we have here, no, sa PAS 38, that internally generated brand, masthead, publishing title, customer list shall not be recognized as intangible asset. Okay, so hindi kasi siya ma-separate, no, to the cost of developing the business as a whole. So, part na ito siya ng internally generated goodwill. So, yung internally generated goodwill, hindi natin siya ma-recognize kasi nga hindi natin siya ma-measure, no, reliably kasi it depends on management judgment. Okay? So, yan, no? So, again, no, pag unidentifiable yung intangible asset natin, no, pag unidentified katulad ng mga goodwill, no, so, hindi talaga natin siya ma-sold or ma-transfer separately, kasali na siya sa goodwill. Okay? So, yan, no? Okay, no? So, again, no, PAS 38 is for internally generated or also discusses, no, yung internally generated intangible asset. So, sa mga internally generated intangible asset, kailangan siyang ma-meet na criteria, no, so that it can be recognized, no. So, kina-classify yung pag-generate natin sa asset na ito into two phases. We call it the research phase and the development phase. Okay? So, pero, nakasabi kay PAS 38, pag hindi daw natin ma-identify saan yung research phase, saan yung development phase, iti-treat natin lahat as if incurred siya sa research phase lang. Again, iti-treat natin siya lahat if hindi natin ma-distinguish yung research at development phase, iti-treat natin siya lahat as incurred only from research phase. Ma'am, bakit importante na malaman ano yung mga phases, research phase or development phase? Kasi magkaiba-iba ng accounting treatment. Pag research phase kasi, okay, pag recognize natin siya as part of research phase like laboratory research, no, aimed in new knowledge, no, searching for application of research finding and other knowledge, yung mga conceptual formulation and design of possible product, mga ganyan, no. Yung research cost, yung mga cost na nagamit natin, no, during the research phase of an internal project will be expensed as incurred. So, ibig sabihin, pag may incur tayo ng mga expenditures at this phase, automatic expense na. Okay? Ma'am, bakit natin i-expense diretso? Kasi nga, hindi natin pa masyadong sure na may benefit tayong makukuha. Kasi we are still researching, no? So, we are still researching. So, yung research natin may be successful or failure. So, hindi pa tayo sure, no? So, there's too much uncertainty. So, again, di ba, pag naintindihan na natin, we only recognize when there is a probable na yung future economic benefits will flow. So, sa research phase, too much uncertainty. So, that's why expense diretso. So, sa development phase naman, medyo meticuloso masyado. Kasi, yung sa development phase, yung cost na na-incur natin dito, pwedeng makapitalize, pwedeng hindi. Depende, no? So, may criteria. And yung criteria pa is dapat all are met. Hindi any. So, again, if all the criteria are met. Okay? So, for letter A, we have the technical feasibility of completing the intangible asset para magamit siya for use or for sale. So, therefore, ma-achieve natin itong technical feasibility pag nakagawa tayo ng prototype or model. Ano yung prototype? Yung parang maliit na product, no? Let's say, product natin is tractor. Gumawa tayo ng mini tractor, no? Yung parang prototype lang, no? All the component of the product is reduced to a small size para maliit lang din yung gasto. So, dito sa technical feasibility, pag nakagawa na tayo ng a prototype or model. Second, again all criteria should be met. Second, intention to complete the intangible asset and use or sell it. So, dapat may intention talaga to complete. Okay? So, maraming phases man yan, no? Phase 1 of the development phase, phase 2. So, talagang may nakaset out na, may mga naka-laid out na. Meron ng professionals, experts na in place in every phase. Okay? Third, ability to use or sell the intangible asset. So, dapat magagamit or mabibenta yung intangible asset. Next, number 4, dapat daw yung intangible asset will generate probable future economic benefit. So, ibig sabihin, dapat merong market. May existing market yung output ng intangible asset natin o yung mismo intangible asset natin. Okay? So, dapat merong market. Okay? So, like, album recording, no? Or, songs written, no? So, dapat mayroong market. Okay. Next, we have adequate, no? Technical, financial, and other resources to complete. So, dapat mayroong available resources. When we say resources, we are referring actually to the funding, no? To complete the development and to use or sell the asset. And lastly, dapat may ability to be measured reliably, no? So, dapat yung expenditure natin can be measured reliably. Okay? So, yan, pag ma-meet ito sila lahat, then it will be capitalized at the development phase. Okay? So, yan ang mga internally generated intangible assets. Okay, so now let's go to the measurement, no, after the recognition. Okay, so pag ma-recognize na natin siya na identifiable intangible asset that we will be capitalizing it, the entity will choose, no, either the amortized cost or the revaluation model. So this is an accounting policy, ha. So again, pag mag-change tayo dito, automatic it is a change in accounting policy. Okay? So, mamimili si entity kung anong gagamitin niya, amortized cost ba or revaluation model. So, ano yung cost model? Cost model, yung intangible asset natin, i-carry natin at cost less accumulated amortization and less accumulated impairment losses, if there's any. So, yan yung tawag natin sa cost model. Pag sinabi nating revaluation model, i-carry natin at revalued amount. Okay? So, yung revalued amount, no, less any subsequent amortization and subsequent accumulated impairment loss. So, again, ha, yung revalue, basta may narinig tayo na revaluation, revalue, that is pertaining to the fair value at the date of revaluation. So, ibig sabihin, dinidetermine ito ng active market. So, therefore, magkakaroon lang tayo ng choice to use revaluation model if there is an active market for the asset. Okay? So, if there is an active market for the asset. Okay? So, pag wala, ma'am, ibig sabihin, gagamit tayo ng cost model. Okay? So, i-explain ko pa yan ulit mamaya. So, pag gagamit tayo ng cost model, titingnan natin yung useful life niya. Okay? So, Kasi kailangan natin i-amortize, no? So, kung limited or finite, no, yung useful life, we will amortize it over the useful life. Pero, pag indefinite life, hindi ito ina-amortize, but tinitest lang for impairment at least annually, or if there is indication for impairment. Okay? So, ano yung residual value na gagamitin natin? So, yung residual value is assumed to be 0, no? Except, okay, except lang, okay, may third party na committed to buy the intangible asset, and when there is an active market for the asset. Okay, so yung residual value, chini-change natin siya every year end. So, kung mag-change yung residual value, ano nga yan? It is a change in accounting estimate. Okay, so, ano naman yung amortization method na gagamitin? So, amortization, i-reflect niya yung pattern kung paano ginamit ni entity, no? Ano yung pattern ng future economic benefits kay entity. So, kung ano yung useful life, no? Usually. So, ito. Sa amortization natin. Okay. So, yung amortization natin, magsa-start lang siya. Again. Kung, again ha, if available na for use. Okay? So, amortization will begin when the asset is already available for use. Ibig sabihin, yung asset ready to be used na, nandun na siya sa location and condition for its intended use. Okay? So, that is so, for ito, ibalik ko lang, for further, no? So, dito sa revaluation model, again, ito yung fair value at revaluation date. Again, dinidetermine ito in reference to the active market. So, again, pag walang active market, gagamitin natin si cost model. No choice tayo dyan. Okay, so it's always regularly conducted yung revaluation. Okay, so, yung carrying asset naman, yung carrying amount ng asset natin sa revaluation model is just the revalued amount less subsequent amortization and less subsequent accumulated impairment loss. Okay, so mamimili si entity either amortized cost model or revaluation model. So that is an accounting policy. So dito sa residual value, accounting estimate yan. Okay, so that is all.